It shouldn't be long.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll see here there's a structure called the ligamentum teres, which actually sticks out of the liver. You won't see that on the model here. What you will see on the liver model is, of course, this line that comes down right here, which, of course, is the falciform ligament, which is that right here. So that's what this is right here, the falciform ligament, which you do need to be able to identify on this model. You should also be able to identify this larger area here on the liver, which is called the Baire area. B-A-R-E area. Baire area, right there. Okay? Now, this is the picture of the intestine, which basically shows you the structures that I talked about earlier on the intestine, which includes the lacteal and the goblet cells and the absorptive cells. It also has the intestinal crypt, and basically what I just discussed on here. So, so basically we've already gone through that. Okay, you do need to be able to identify the different structures of the large intestine, and of course you can see I have a nice model here of the large intestine. So let me turn this like that so we can actually do this correctly. So you can see here is the large intestine right here. Okay, now you can see that there's this pinkish membrane inside. The pinkish membrane, of course, is the mesentery. You can see that there are blood vessels associated with the mesentery, so these, of course, are the mesenteric artery and vein. Now, you do need to be able to identify the different regions of the large intestine, which includes the cecum, the vermiform appendix, the ileocecal valve, the ileum, the ascending colon, the transverse colon, the descending colon, the sigmoid colon, which then leads into the rectum, which is not visible on this model. Now, there are some additional structures you'll need to be able to identify on the model, which includes this white line right here, this white line that comes across. That, of course, is called the tennae coli, which is actually a tendon of the colon, which is why it's called tennae coli. You will also note that the large intestine comes in sections. See little bumps there? Little bumps. Each bump right there on the intestine is a haustrum. And so if I took a pin and I put it on either side of this little bump and I said, what is the structure in between these pins? You would say, oh, that's the haustrum. Okay? Now, at the top here, where you see that there is a bend, notice that there's a bend here. When you have a bend between two bones that shorten the distance between two bones, that is called flexion. Well, this is a shortening of the distance between two intestinal components, so this is called a flexure. Okay? So this is a flexure on the right side, and this is the flexure on the left side. The flexure on the right side happens to be near the liver. The flexure on the left side happens to be near the spleen. So the one on the right side is called the hepatic flexure. And the one on the left side is called the splenic flexure, which is why you see here right colic flexure, also known as the hepatic flexure. Left colic flexure, also known as the splenic flexure. And you'll see that on here again. Okay? Now, on the picture, you'll see that there's some additional structures that are not on the model, which includes the anal canal and the rectum, the external anal sphincter, as well as the epiploic appendages, which are basically very similar to Peyer's patches and the appendix, except they're lined along the different components or areas of the intestine. So that's what that is there. Again, the ileocecal valve, which is here, is, again, this little small area right here on the model. Okay? And then, of course, you see here's the ileum right there, and there's the ileum right there. Okay? Again, I've already kind of gone through all of that on the model as well as on the picture. Again, I can only ask 4 questions per model, which means I can't ask enough on the model, which means more than likely I will also have to use the picture. So you do need to know both the model and the picture, and of course the cat, because you will need to be able to identify the different areas of the large intestine on the cat, as well as the different areas of the small intestine on the cat, which includes the ileum, the jejunum, and the duodenum. Which again, the duodenum is the area of the small intestine which connects to that of the stomach, and then the ileum is the area of the small intestine which connects to that of the large intestine, and then the other stuff that's in between the ileum and the duodenum, of course, is the jejunum. Not that difficult when identifying that on the cat. I already talked about the liver, the two areas that two structures that I really want you to be able to identify on the liver model, which again is the Bare area, B-A-R-E area, and the falciform ligament. You do need to know this figure. Be able to identify some of the structures of this figure, which includes the Kupffer cells. It also shows you that there's a portal arteriole, a portal venule, and a bile duct. The three of those collectively are, of course, called the portal triad. So you need to remember that. So if I were to bracket these three structures, here, 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 or bracket them up here, 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 and here, I don't want you to tell me that it is the bile duct, portal arteriole, and portal venule. I want you to tell me that it is the portal triad. Okay?
That's the red, yellow, and blue things? Is that
No, it should be the red, blue, and green thing. It should, the bile duct should be green.
They're the openings, right?
Is that yellow? Does that look yellow?
Yeah, it looks yellow.
But they're the openings, right?
He said the bowel or whatever. That's yellow.
Okay. So make sure that you're able to identify that, which includes the central canal as well, or the central canal, the central vein as well. So make sure you know that. The hepatocytes, make sure you know that. So highlight that figure. Okay. On to the pancreas and the gallbladder and the hepatic and cystic and bile ducts. Note that this looks very similar to this model here, and there's a reason for that, because this model is supposed to resemble that. And you will need to be able to identify, for instance, the gallbladder, which, by the way, you should remember where the gallbladder is located in the abdominal division. That, of course, would be the what? Right hypochondric, yes. You should remember that. Now, you'll notice that there, as the gallbladder goes down, that there's a part of it that heads downwards, and then there's another part that comes off of this red area. This red area, of course, is the liver, and so this area, that this green structure is coming down off of the liver. This is called the hepatic duct. Okay, so you'll see here, hepatic duct, common hepatic duct. That's what this is. So there's the common hepatic. Now, the hepatic will then merge with this other duct right here that is coming off of the gallbladder. So this duct right here that's coming off of the gallbladder is going to be called the cystic duct. Okay, so here, cystic duct. The combination of the cystic duct and the hepatic duct then forms the bile duct. So this duct down here, where you have the combination coming together here, and then it goes all the way inside here and across, this is all the bile duct. Okay? So that's the bile duct. Now, we have, of course, the pancreas, which you should already be familiar with the pancreas, right? Remember the pancreas as an endocrine gland. It's associated with insulin. It's also associated with glucagon. Remember, you should know what those do. You should also remember that there were what are called acinar cells, which produce pancreatic enzymes. And these pancreatic enzymes are then secreted into the intestines. And they're secreted into the intestines by this duct right here. This is, of course, the main pancreatic duct. Now, the main pancreatic duct fools you just a little bit. You think that it's going all the way across like that, but it's not. No, it's not. It's going like this, and then it makes a little swish. This is the main pancreatic, like that. So then you go, well, wait a minute, well, what's this? This is the accessory. This is the main pancreatic. This is the accessory. So when you look on here, the main comes across and then dips down like that. You see that? That's the main. The accessory then continues across.
Okay.
Be very careful of that, because obviously if I pin here and you go, oh, that looks like the main because it goes all the way across. No, that's the accessory. If I pin down here, that's the main. So be very careful on that, okay? Y'all are good so far?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, and that's it.